Today's video is a video I actually never thought I'd do, and that's because it's my experience starting tretinoin. And the reason I thought I would never do a video like this is because I have rosacea. For those of you who have followed me for a long time, one, thank you. I really appreciate it. And two, you know that I've spoken a lot about my retinoid use, how I started using retinoids, especially how difficult and tricky it can be when you have a condition like I do, which is rosacea. My skin is combination. It's sensitive prone, it's rosacea prone, it's also dehydrated. And I have had what I think is overall a very good experience using retinoids. And I think that's because of how I introduced retinoids into my skincare routine. All of the things that I do for my rosacea have brought me to this point where I am right now, where overall my skin is in balance and my rosacea is fairly well controlled. I've created a playlist on all of my videos on rosacea, so I'll link that in the description box below. And at the end of this video, that was a lot of preamble, but basically I wanted to come on and just tell you that I'm in week 4 of starting tretinoin. So I wanted to pop in here and give this little overview because I did the same when I started my prescription Azealic Acid, and it was really nice to go back months later to see how my skin has reacted, how it worked for my skin, my progression over time. So I intend to do the same thing with this as well. And let me start off by saying I am not a medical professional. Please consult one if you're considering using tretinoin or any prescription skincare, as well as any retinoid, especially if you're pregnant or nursing. Tretinoin has so many benefits. It is great for acne-prone skin, and initially when it was developed years ago, which might have been in the 40s if I'm not mistaken, anyway, it was specifically for acne, and it was only over time the people who were using it and noting their results were also stating they noticed the diminishment of their fine lines and wrinkles. So it was kind of like the side effect became the anti-aging reason that many people turn to tretinoin today, which is my case. I have associated acne with my rosacea for sure, so I'm hoping to gain some of the benefits of using tretinoin for that as well, but primarily I'm introducing it into my routine as part of a well-aging strategy because retinoids are the gold standard. Tretinoin will help to resurface the skin and reduce the visible look of those dark spots, sunspots, all the things that I have all over my cheeks from when I was a sun worshiper. I know, if I could only turn back time. So it was no secret that I always wanted to try tretinoin. I was just always very scared. The side effects of tretinoin are that it can cause dryness and irritation. The retinoid I've been prescribed is this one. It's called Stieva-A and it's a 0.01%. Of course, tretinoin comes in various strengths too, and any dermatologist or medical professional will tell you, ideally you start at the lower strengths and gradually increase as your skin tolerates it and stop at the level that you're getting the most effective results without irritating or kind of overdoing it with your skin. That has been my entire strategy with using retinoids. Starting at lower percentages, introducing into my routine very slowly, using strategies like the sandwich method, which help to offset some of the side effects of the retinoid. All of these things have made my retinoid journey fairly seamless. So I was hopeful I would have the same experience with tretinoin, but I just wasn't too sure. So I'm going to play you a video now of the day I got the product and my first experience with it. Okay, I'm just back from the pharmacy. I'm a little excited, but a little bit nervous. I got a refill on my prescription of Financea. This is my prescription Azealic Acid for my rosacea, but it's this that I'm a little nervous about. I'm just not sure if I can actually use it. So I'm gonna try tretinoin. Those of you with really impaired skin barriers because of your rosacea, this probably isn't a good idea. And back when my rosacea was at its worst, I wouldn't even think of trying to use tretinoin. Let me go wash my face and then we'll do the application in part 2. So I already double cleansed my face and this is what I used. Followed up with a hydrating toner from Peach and Lily. And I'm actually gonna apply the Ordinary's pink serum ahead of applying the Tret. Oh, almost forgot. I'm gonna apply a little eye cream. Because my eyes tend to be very sensitive, this will act as a little barrier to make sure that the tretinoin doesn't irritate that delicate area around my eyes. Here we go. I wanted that to be more dramatic. I have to open it. And she's coming out. That is actually enough because you only need a pea-sized amount, and it's important to apply to dry skin. Whenever I'm applying a retinoid, I always dot it around my face and then connect the dots. First ever application of tretinoin. I plan to use this once per week to start. If my skin tolerates it well, then I will increase that amount to twice a week and then 3 times a week if possible. And over time, hopefully I can get to 4 times a week using this product as well. It's important to just apply a very thin layer to your face. That's why a pea-sized amount is good. I am actually going to apply it to my neck as well. Another pea-sized amount for that. My neck is not very sensitive. Some people really have sensitivity for their neck and they can tolerate things on their face that they actually cannot tolerate on their neck. I don't seem to have that issue, so I don't expect to have issue with this, but time will tell. Now I'm gonna follow it up with a nice moisturizer. I'm gonna use Iliune. It's a Japanese skincare brand. Love the size of this product. Really rich in ceramides and works beautifully on my skin. Massage that into my skin, always down the neck, across the back of the neck. Now I'm ready for bed. Okay, last night was my first time using tretinoin and I wanted to capture this moment this morning. I just woke up, so excuse the puffy eyes and the bed head, but just to be sure there's no irritation. So far, so good. There's no irritation on my skin. I don't have any enhanced redness or anything like that because my skin is sensitive and rosacea prone. I'm really being cautious in my application approach. Sometimes tretinoin can work to resurface your skin over a little bit of time, so even if you apply it the first day, could be a few days later that you actually see some of the redness and associated irritation and dryness. No surprise, using it once a week, I did not have any issue with the product. I was sure to apply it to clean, dry skin, a very thin layer. I did apply it to my neck as well. I don't have a very sensitive neck, but I would love to hear from those of you who have very sensitive necks. Consider using a retinol on your neck so you're still getting the same benefits of the retinoid without having to use the potentially highly irritating tret on your neck. So after my first week, I was ready to increase the amount of times I was using it. Here's the video of me explaining that. Okay, clean dry face. I'm actually going to apply this eye cream today. This is Stratia's Lipid Gold. It is a beautiful gold color, but I do this so that the retinoid, or in this case the tretinoin, doesn't bleed up into my eye area, just to be sure I don't get a lot of inflammation and redness around my eyes. Don't worry, this color sinks into the skin. It's got beautiful ingredients that are really, really hydrating. Then applying a pea-sized amount of this to my clean, dry face. Because I have sensitive, rosacea-prone skin, I wouldn't really even dream of applying this to damp or wet skin. And that's because when you apply skincare products to damp skin, they have the propensity to penetrate more deeply into the skin, which can give you better results, but in the case of tretinoin, can give you more irritation. I definitely want to reap the benefits of tretinoin on the skin on my neck as well. Tonight I'm going to follow up with this product. This is by Dr. Jart and it's their Intense Soothing Repair Gel Cream. It has cica in it, which is such a wonderful ingredient to calm and soothe the skin, and I think is a really good option as my moisturizer on days that I use tretinoin. Okay, so I'm going to use tret twice this week. I'll come back to you and let you know how that goes. So another successful week after week 2, and heading into week 3, I was able to increase it to 3 times a week. I kind of spread it out, applying it one night, the next night using something else. I tend to prioritize a very hydrating skincare routine or a copper peptide serum on the nights that I'm not using a high strength active like a retinoid or an exfoliant. Now that I'm at week 4, I can use it 3 to 4 times per week. I have not had any irritation. This did not flare up my rosacea. I think I had a very positive experience, and of course using a daily sunscreen. Now I did hear that this particular brand was being discontinued in Canada. There were some rumors going around saying all tretinoin was being discontinued. which I don't know where that started. I can't find any validity in that, but I have heard that this particular brand is being discontinued. I don't really know much more than that, and I didn't really pay much attention because I kind of thought I'd cross that road when I come to it. If all goes well at this strength by the end of this tube, I think I'll talk to my doctor about increasing the dose, and I'll just see how high I can take it in terms of being great for my skin without overdoing it. I think I have to be really careful with my rosacea because it's definitely a balance. Drop your thoughts and comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you've used tretinoin, what was your experience with it? If you've increased in the strength of tret you're using over time, what name brand you're using, what country you're from. I love reading all of your comments. If you haven't watched these videos, be sure to watch them next. Thanks as always for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.